Hello, everyone. Let me make sure everything is set up properly here. I think I have to get my background set. I have to get and see what kind of background I can put here. Let's get this Minecraft background. We're gonna start shortly. I have to bring up my board. How are you guys? Rate your energy out of 10. Something is stuck in my teeth. What's that? We're getting ready to go. I think I can share my board now. There we go. It's really zoomed out. Let's see if I can get my student hub hat. Tell everybody we coming back just now, right? So wait. Let me see if I can get my hat. Where's my hat? Oh no, without my hat I might not be able to get max powers. Guys, I didn't get my hat. Are y'all hearing me? I didn't get my hat, but I got this. What do you call this? Kind of hood thing that I got this from a concert in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Do you like what's written on the hat? What's written on the hat? So I think everything is good. I think y'all are hearing me. Sabini. And see what's written on the hat there. Let's see if I can bring it up. Passion. And we are passionate about going out and getting all these top grades that we need to get. So take a stretch because we're going to do this paper the fastest ever. We have one more session to go after this. I have been visiting some schools. The last school I visited, was this the last school I visited? I think it was. This school with Miss Diva from Shoguna's government. Had a splendid time there. Shout out to anybody from Shoguna's government. Anybody from Shoguna's government? I don't have pictures from all the schools I visited. Here's another one. This is Dinsley government, I believe. This is with some teachers from the Standard 5. I had a really good time there. Some very interesting questions these students were asking me. In this school, that hat that I'm wearing there, I lost that hat because somebody in the school asked me for my hat. And I went to that school with this hat and I came back without that hat, but that's okay because I came back with a lot of other things like fruits and gifts. And I must say, Shoguna's government, you all really have it going on there. This is another school that I visited in Tunapuna. And this is another school. Anybody seen yourself in these pictures? This is the principal of St. Mary's Anglican. That's my old school. I went that school. Here we have, this is me actually teaching in my old school. So 25 years ago, I actually sat in this very same classroom. How unbelievable is that? That was my classroom. I was that guy sitting down there watching the camera. That was me 20-something years ago. Maybe next week I'll see if I can find a picture of me in primary school to show y'all. And now I'm back here and I was able to teach them some unequal sharing. You can't see it, but it's unequal sharing on the board. So I had lots of fun in those schools. And this is not all the pictures of all the schools that I went, but I just say I'll share that 5 with you. Shout out to all the schools, and let's just jump right into it. So I'm seeing lots of people shouting out their schools here. I am not 25 years, I'm 35. So right in figures, let's go as fast as we can, because we have some announcements to make, but let's wait till more people reach. Whoa, 541. How the likes looking, Alia? 1,017,012. So these are really easy. 1,017,012. You can feel free to put the commas if you're feeling like to put commas and thing. If this number is triple, triple means multiply by 3. So 56.17. Let's multiply that by 3 together. 3 by 7 is 21. The 1 goes there. The 2 goes here. 3 by 1 is 3 plus 1 is plus 2 is 5. Dot 3 6s are 18. The 8 goes here. The 1 goes over here. 3 by 5 is 15. Once again, we can drop everything down. Add this 1, it becomes 16. 1685.8.51. Well done, Trivet and Trinity. 168.8. Wait, Trinity has 61. It should be 5.51, right? Around 4.194 to the nearest tenth. 4.194. This is not the tenths. This is the hundredths. The tenths is actually right there immediately after the decimal place. So this is the tenths. That's where we want to round to. So now we need to direct our attention to the place value right after the tenths, which is a 9. It means we're going to have to give this a boost of 1. So now our new answer is 4.2 to the nearest tenth. And Rachel Logan agrees with me, as well as Rhonda Phillip, and a whole heap of you guys also agree with me. So 4.2 sounds like the correct answer. Using long division. So we are asked to bring out our long division skills here. That's okay. We was waiting on them. So 14 into 3, 7, 8. Long division is divide, multiply, subtract, bring it down back. I was teaching this with my standard 2, standard 3s. And somebody said they use some acronym like them, monkeys. And they spell them the way we spell them for like Trinidadian DEM. Them monkeys smell, bad. That's how they remember the order. But whatever, let's see if you can get this without using that. So 14 goes into 37 2 times. So let's put the 2 there. So 2 by 14 is 28. Let's see how much remainder we'll get. 37 minus 28 is 9. Let's bring down this 8. How much times does 14 go into 98? I sense a 7 there. So let's try that. 14 times 7. Let's just make sure 7, 28 and 7. Yes, 98. So 14 times 7 is 98. So let's put the 7. 7 by 14 is 98. When I subtract, I get 0, 0. So I've completed the whole long division process, seeing the division, multiplication, the subtraction, and the bringing down. So now I am confident that my answer is 27. I can always multiply to make sure. Underline the smallest decimal fraction. This one has something in the tens. This one has, all right, so he's out. Let's see who has the smallest number in the hundreds. Smallest number in the hundreds is this guy, so let's underline him. 0.032. So instead of using them monkeys smell bad, how about we use the family acronym? Dad, mom, sister, brother. Yeah. Shade 62.5%. This is a member of the 8s family. How much 8s is this? How many 8s is that? It can't be 4 8s. 4 8s is a half. It can't be 6 8s. 6 8s is 0.75. So it has to be 5 8s. So it's 5 8s. So I am being instructed to shade 5 8s of the shape. Now, why is this useful to think of it in terms of the family? Because let's say we have a multiple of 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it mirrors again. So in all, we'll have 16, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need to shade the equivalent fraction of 5/8, just I have 16 parts. So we know I need to shade 10/8. So I will carefully come and shade 10/8 of this shape. And I'm missing out some of the coloring in the lines, but we get the idea here. So knowing its family is critical in SEA. That was number 6. Let's go to number 7. Write the missing number in the box below to make the correct statement. So the square root of 169 is 13 multiplied by 4. 13 multiplied by 4 is the same as 26 multiplied by 2. Is it 52? I believe it's 52. So what divided by 6 gives us 52? Well, we'll need to multiply 52 by 6 to we'll need to do the opposite. 6 by 2 is 12, bring the 1 there. 6 by 5 is 30 plus 1 is 31, so 312. So this is 312 divided by 6 will also give us 52. So this is using the instruction here is use the left hand side to figure out what this overall product is. Once we get the product, we know that we'll have to reverse this operation to find the number in the box. So the reverse of division was multiplication, and we were good to go. Express 0.64 as a common fraction. So this is actually 64 over 100. This is the tenths, this is the hundredths. So we'll use the final place value that we have there. It's the hundredths. And now we'll see what we can do. Can we break this down? We most certainly can. We can use 4. 4 into this is 1, remainder 2. 4 into 24 is 6. So 4 goes into this 16 times. 4 goes into this 25 times. So as a reduced fraction, this is 16 over 25. We want to express the fraction in its lowest terms unless otherwise stated. So this is 16 out of 25. Arrange the fractions below in descending order. So let's get equivalent fractions for them. And we will use the number 30. 30 is the LCM of everything here. I was going to use 15, but 10 doesn't go into 15. So let's use 30. 30 is the LCM, the lowest common multiple. First number that all of the denominators can go into. So I'll create equivalent fractions using 30 as my denominator. 5 goes into 30 6 times. 6 3s are 18. 15 goes into 30 2 times. 2 by 13 is 26. 3 goes into 30 10 times. And 10 goes into 30 3 times. So when you multiply 3 by 7, we get 21. So who is the biggest? Now we need to check back the order properly. The order that we wanted was descending. So descending, start with the biggest, go to the smallest. So let's start with the biggest. So this is the biggest. So you're going to put 13 over 15. We put in the original fraction, then followed by 7/10, then followed by 2/3, then followed by 18 over 30. So having the equivalent fractions, 18 over, sorry, did I put 18 over 30? Then followed by 3/5. Having the original fractions really help us to, not make any mistakes. Having equivalent fractions help us to find out who is the largest. So now we know that 26 is larger than 20, larger than 21. 26 is the largest, 21, then 20, then 18. So using the equivalent fractions is the technique for this. Let's go on to number 10. Couva West Secondary has 513 students. I don't think Couva West has this amount. I think we have way more. If 5/9 of these students are girls, how many boys attend Couva? All right, so 5/9 girls, remainder has to be 9/9 minus 5/9, which is 4/9. And in terms of the number of, it will be 4/9 multiplied by the quantity. And we just need to determine how many times does 9 go into 513. Well, 9 goes into 51 5 times. 5/9s are 45. So let's put a 5 here. And I will have a 6 remaining, and 9 goes into 63 7 times. So this is 57. 9 went into this 57 times, and now I end up with 57 multiplied by 4. 57 multiplied by 4 is 4 by 7 is 28. Put the 2 there. 4 by 5 is 20, and add back the 228 of the students are boys. So there was a remainder fraction idea, and there was a fraction of a quantity idea. So we had the remainder fraction, and then we had a fraction of a quantity. So we actually had two parts to this 1 mark question. 1 pint of Häagen-Dazs ice cream costs $64.50. What would be the cost of 7 pints of Häagen-Dazs ice cream? So if 1 is this, 7, so this is a fine for 1 question. The only thing is we already found for 1, so now we just need to multiply up to find 7 pints. It's going to be 6450 times 7. And this answer is 7 times that is 35. So let's put a 3 there. 7 by 4 is 28 plus 3 is 31. So let's put a 1 there and a 3 there. 7 6s are 48 plus 42. 42 plus 3 is 45. So that's it. 451.50. Everybody press like on the stream. I forgot to load the link earlier this week, so I only loaded up the link an hour ago. So some people may have thought that there was no Sunday revision today. So if you're seeing this as a recording, I'm sorry about that. I'll try to load it up a little earlier this week coming here because the next week is going to be our last week we have reached so far. The time is shown below on the analog clock, right? Down the time on the digital clock. I'm seeing everyone saying it's 10:40, and that's perfectly fine. A rectangular playground is 27 meters wide, and the perimeter is 170. If this is 27, this is also 27. So the two widths is now equal to 27 plus 27, which is 54. And the two lengths is going to be equal to the 178 minus the two widths, which is 54. So this is 4 and 2, 124. So 124 plus 54 is 178. However, this and this must add up to make the 124. So one length, which is what we want, is going to be 124 divided by 2, which is 62. So the length is 62. Well done, guys. Which unit may best measure the thickness of a textbook? We're not going to use meters. We're not going to use kilometers. Of course, we're not going to use grams, kilograms, any kind of grams. We will definitely consider centimeters. But I think the best thing to measure the thickness of a textbook is actually millimeters. So as a teacher, I may actually give the student millimeters or centimeter, correct? The best one is millimeters for the thickness of a textbook. How many 475 milliliter? Is that the next question? Number 14 to number 15. Did I skip anything out? I did not. Well, how many 475 milliliter bottles can be filled from a pitcher using 3.8 liters of lemonade? Oh, so we want to see how many times this goes into that. Let's try a guess. Let's say this was 500. So let's try to multiply it by 8 and see if we'll get through. 475 times 8, 5, 40, 8, 7, 56, 60, 8, 4s, 32. What am I doing? Yes, 8 definitely gets through. Why did I try 8? Was I supposed to try 8? Yeah, I was supposed to try 8. So 3, 6, 0, 0. 8 works. So 8. If I go one more, it will go over. One more goes over. So, all right, let's try number 16 here. Let's now have to load up my question answers in the background, just in case I make a mistake with my arithmetic. What's the answer for number 16? I'm not getting it to load. 3.52 is correct. What's the answer for number? Remove the decimal point 2 places this way. This was an easy one. For number 17, you need to draw a shape. So you all just need to wait on me a little second here. I'm coming. Ta-da, ta-da. What number are we on? 17. Yeah. What was the last multiplication that I did? I did this one. 8 fives. I'm just checking over this. 8 fives 40, 4 8 zeros. 6. This is 38. 38. Yes. So actually, it just works out exact now. So 8 bottles. So I was good to go. All right, great. So what's the pattern being shown here? Complete the pattern. I'm seeing a lot of people say 9. So this is 1, this is 3, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going up by 2. It's going up by 2. It's the odd numbers. So, but I also need to draw it properly. So draw. I don't think you all expect me to draw this the best ever. I am going for speed right now today. I just need to make sure and get the right hand number of balls here. How much I have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I just need an 8 and a 9 to finish off the, and I'm looking good. 9 circles. All right, number 18, the incomplete tally chart below shows the 4 modes of transportation that some students use to commute to and from school. I hope I never blocked you all with my screen right there, the screen that I have here. Yeah, so what are we looking at? Are we supposed to complete this? Complete the tally chart to show PTSE? Oh, that's for me to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's it. And that was it. That was it. The mean of 8 numbers is 23. When I added, it's all some of you all managing to get this drawn. Hey, big up the Konoha project. You from Naruto. But big up this business. See how they managed to write the tally as I think, dial bad. Cross out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very creative. The mean of 8 numbers is 23. When I add another number, the mean is now 22. So you add a small number. So the old sum is 23 multiplied by 8. I just start off like this. I didn't thinking about the question, but let me see if I'm doing the right thing. 8 2s are 16, 184. The new mean 22 times 9 is 9 2s are 18, 1, 9 2s are 18, and 1, 198. So the new number has to be 198 minus 184. We subtract the two totals from each other. This is the new sum or new total. I shouldn't say sum. Sum means addition of 2. So new total feels a little better. So this is the old total. So that's the technique we use. It mean a lot. We get the total. To get the total, you multiply the mean, the average, by the number of items that you have. And the mean went down with the last additional item, but now the number of items went up by 1. So the two totals are 198 and 184. And when you subtract, we get the missing number was 14 all along. 14 all along. Let's go. So that was 19. Where 20 come out. The pictograph below shows the shoe size of some students in standard 5. What is the modal shoe size? So very, very interesting. We don't want to say the modal shoe size is 4. If something is repeated here, we don't want to say, like if this was 3 and this one was 3, we don't want to say 3 as the answer either. The modal shoe size is what? What do you all think you need to write for modal shoe size? Modal means most frequent. So which shoe size was most frequent? We had 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4, we had 16 of these compared to like 12, 4, 8. So the modal shoe size is just 8. The modal shoe size is 8, right? And that brings an end to which section? Which section is now complete? We have now completed section 1, ladies and gentlemen. So in section 1, what kind of mark you're feeling right now? What you're averaging in section 1, students of Trinidad and Tobago? How much are you averaging in section 1? It should be 18 or more. We're looking for 18 or more in section 1. Preferably 20. You shouldn't lose a mark in section 1. TBH. I'm seeing people saying 18, 20, 20 and 19, 20. So a lot of 20s, so nice. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Let's jump into section 2 one time. Express the answer to the sum below as a decimal fraction. So you want it as a decimal fraction. So if I were you, I would just add it up as a decimal fraction. So this is 13. 9/10 means 0.9, and 15 over 100 means 0.15, right? So when I add up all of this, I would get 5. 1 and 9 makes 10. Bring this across, so I get a 4 there. 1. 14.05. 14.05. As somebody said 13.915. They said 13.915. That was a big mistake there. I hope you saw that the mistake that you made there. So 14.05. Write the correct value in the box to complete the number sentence. So 8 and 4/7 is the same as 12 minus some number. So the difference between 12 and this number is 8 and 4/7. Therefore, this number is equal to the difference of 12 and 8 and 4/7. So really, I am being asked, whether I understand or not, I'm being asked to subtract 12 minus 8 and 4/7. So in my mind, I will just do 12 minus 8, which is 4. And then from this 4, I'll take out a 1 and subtract 4/7, which means I'll get 3/7. But if I took a 1 from this goes to 3. So I have 3 and 3/7. So that's the fastest way to subtract a mixed number from a whole number. You do the whole and the fraction separately, and this is doing the whole and the fraction separately in a quick format. So 3 and 3/7 is indeed the answer for that. Let's put it in 3 and 3/7. Some students recorded the number of Pokemon episodes they viewed during the Pokemon Marathon on television. The number of students and the respective number of episodes viewed is stated below. Number of students, okay. How many students viewed 12 episodes or less in the Pokemon Marathon? We have to be very careful with this. What answer do you think this is going to be? So 12 episodes or less. So you viewed 12, 6 students, 10, 7, all of these viewed more. So how many students viewed 10 or less? 6 viewed 12, 12 viewed 10, and 9 viewed 7. So when you add up all of these, we are going to get 9 and 8 is 17, and 1 and 1 is 27 students. So you need to add up these, not this. This is the number of episodes viewed, number of episodes. You need to add up the number of students who viewed 12 or more. So I saw some 29s. I saw some. I saw. Nice. So 24. One cupcake costs $6 sold separately, when sold as a bundle. For cupcakes cost $22.50. Calculate the difference between 16 cupcakes sold separately and in bundles of 4. If I sold 16 separately, it'll be 16 times 6, 36, 3, $96. Now, if I sold it as a bundle and it's 4 for $22.50, I will have 16 cupcakes. I'll have 4 bundles, because 4 times 4 is 16. So $22.50 by 4. 22.50 multiplied by 4. I'll get a 0 there. Then this will make a 2 as well. 4 2s are 8 plus, so 1, and 4 2s are 8 plus 1, $90. So if I do the bundle, it'll cost $90 for 4 bundles, $96 sold separately, and they want the difference. So the difference means subtract 96 minus 90. Of course, that is $6, right? $6. A jar contains 440 beads, and 65% of the beads in the jar are pink. There are 6 times as many blue beads as white beads in the jar. Calculate the number of blue beads. Okay, so the jar has 440 total, and 65% are pink. And there are 6 times as many blue as. Okay, so let's get the not pink. Not pink would be 100 minus 65, which is not 25, but 35%. And out of this 35%, the blue to white has this ratio. There are 6 times as many blue as white. So if I use a block diagram, this would be 6, this would be 1. So I have 6 parts for every 1 part. So calculate the number of blue beads. Well, 6 parts to 1 part. If this represents 35% of all. By the way, I could work it out the long way which most students will do. I'll find 35% of the 440, right? 35% of the 440 is 154, hopefully. Or I could find 65% of this, which is 286, and subtract it and get the 35%, and then we call this parts idea. But I can also use a fraction idea, which I don't use that much, but I wanted to use it for students who use it all the time. I know some schools focus on this style, so let me just throw it out there to shout out people who use this style. If you use this style, you could let me know. So this represents out of 7, 6 out of 7. This represents 1/7. And the idea is that we want to know about the blue, right? The blue is in this 35%, and it represents 6/7 of it. So what do we want? We want 6/7 of 35% of 440. This can be written as 6/7 of 35 over 100 multiplied by 440 over 1. So if you save all the calculations to the end like this, you'll get a nice bit of reducing, so you'll be able to work a little faster. So if you were able to digest all of this and keep it in your mind like this, that would be great for you in terms of speed. If not, you can work it out part by part. That's okay. So 7 into this 1, 7 into this 5. Let's cross out that 0 there 1 time. 5 will go into 5. 1, 2, 2 goes into this 3. And we just end up with 3 times 444, which is 132. 3 times 44, which is 3 times 44 is 132. 132 beads. 22 times 6, 11 times 12. Yes, 11 times 12, 132. Yes, so we're good to go there. 132 beads. Very nice question. We love it. Number 26, Brielle spent 3/8 of her monthly salary on, let me see. Can I move myself, boy? I'll let just know, I'm going to try to do something here. Ta-da! I move. Did I move in the screen? I'll come down. Let's see me down here. No? Yes? No, yes. Oh, it just happened? It took a little while. It happened now. Big things have won. So Brielle spent 3/8 of her monthly salary on car maintenance, then a quarter of the remaining money in an emergency fund. What? And this is what's remaining. What is Brielle's total monthly salary? So she spent 3/8. So spent 3/8 remainder. So the first remainder is going to be 5/8. This is remainder 1, right? The first remainder. She then placed a quarter of the remaining money in emergency fund. She now has this remaining. So emergency fund went a quarter, so remainder 2. Are using another method here is 3/4, right? So what is Brielle? So final remainder. Anybody use this method? The final remainder is going to be this remainder multiplied by that remainder. So this is a remainder question that composite, meaning there's a remainder, you find the remainder, you work it out, and then you get another remainder out of that remainder, or another fraction out of that remainder. So 3/4 of 5/8, and of means multiply. So the final remainder is 3/4 of 5/8, and there's nothing to multiply here, but this is how this fraction is now equal to this. So 3/4 of 5/8 is the same as 15 over 32. 15 over 32 represents 4,050 and her total. So I have a fraction. So this is another technique that we must see in SEA, a fraction being linked to a quantity. So since the fraction is linked to the quantity, we need to find the whole. Let's go ahead and do that. We are professionals at that by now. So the whole will be the quantity multiplied by the reciprocal. So really, we just want to see how many times 15 can go into 4050. Anybody can tell me that? Because I really don't know that right now. Let's see if I can work it out quickly. 15 into that 1, 15 into this would be 1, remainder 10. No, sorry, it would be 2, remainder 10. Why did I say 1? Why did I say 1? Oh no, I am sorry. 2, remainder 10. All right, so now how many times will 15 go into 105? Is it 8 times? Fifth, is it 9 times? Is it 7 times? 15, 3, I think it's 7. It's 7 times. 15 will go into this 7 times, so it's 70. 15, does 15 go into that number 7 times? 7 times. I think it goes into that number 7 times, so it's 70 then. So 15 will go into 405s. I hope I'm correct. So this is 70 times 32, or 32 times 70. 72 is 14, 173 is 21, 22, 2240. Am I correct so far? I think I bite off more than I can chew there. Let's check this over. And let's go a little slower. This is the first question to slow me down. So I think I'm correct. I have the quantity represented by the fraction. What did I do wrong? And I need to multiply by the reciprocal. And let's go 5 into this 3. I really want to do the 15 because I should be exercising my arithmetic. 10. And then 3 into the, it was 90. It wasn't 7. Oh, no, it's not 90. It's 27. 2, I mean, that 2 is 27. 270. 15 goes into that 270 times. Now let's try this again. Why did I? Oh, I forgot the 2. I forgot the 2. There was a 2 here, and I got the 70, and I took the 70 alone. It was 270. Oh, okay. Yes. So 15 goes into this 270 times. So okay, that is settled now. So 270 needs to multiply by 32, and hopefully we end up with something nice. 3 by this is 0. 3 by this is 21. Bring across the 2. 3 2s are 6 was 8. 0, so 54, 0, 0. Add it up all together. We get 8640. 8640 as our final answer. Okay. That feels good. Feels good. I think no red flags are going off in my mind here. Felt like I do the correct thing. So yeah, if I wanted to just go 15 one time into this and use a kind of short division reducing method, I'd say 15 into 15, 1, 15 into 42, remainder 10. So I have 105. 15 goes into 105 7 times, and I got all of that. And I bring up the 0. That 0 is a placeholder. So I had 70 and I forgot the 2, yes. But now I remember the 2. So 270 multiplied by 32 is the answer. Anyhow, that was easy. Just not to make any mistakes. Janai placed her first batch of cookies. They really love cookies in SEA, boy. Batch of cookies. What's the chances of you getting cookies in your SEA exam? Janai placed her first batch of cookies in the oven at 3:15 and then took them out at 3:42. When they were finished, she baked 4 more batches. Each batch was baked separately for the same amount of time. How many hours did Jenna spend? Okay, so let's find out how much in one batch. 3:42 minus 3:15. So we want one batch. How much is in one batch? Let's break this down a little bit. We have 27 minutes. 27 minutes is one batch. Is that good? I think 27 minutes is one batch. Let's see, 27. Yeah, 27 minutes is one batch. Just making sure everybody with me here. 27 minutes is one batch. Yes, so how many batches? 6. She baked 4 more. 4 more. Carefully. Don't multiply by 4. Multiply by 5 because she baked 4 more batches of cookies. Each batch was baked. So in all, she baked 5. So 27 times 5. 5 by 7 is 35. 3, 5 by 2 is 10. 135. 5 by 7 is 35. The 5 goes here. The 3 goes here. 5 2s are 10. So 135 minutes altogether. But the question wanted it in hours. So we're not trying to lose any marks there. To change the hours, we divide by 60, or we can just know that 60, there's 2 hours in here, right? So 135 minus the 120 makes the 2 hours. I'll get 15 minutes. And this is 2 hours, by the way. So 2 hours and 15 minutes. 15 minutes is known as a quarter of an hour. We know that by knowledge, by memory. So this is 2 1/4 hours. Now you can't put 2.15 hours there. No, you can't put 2 hours 15 minutes. No, they want it in hours. So this is one of the trickiest things that happens with the time question, because a lot of people just put the wrong answer. So you do all the correct working and you just put the wrong answer. You end up with some kind of weirdness. Or you put 15 out of 100 or some kind of ridiculousness like that. Just remember, you need to use the hours. So if it's 15 minutes, that's quarter of an hour, or 15 out of 60 of an hour. Number 28. No, I thought we was in the 30s. We now in the 20s. Where's this? All right. Like I come from the future and I went back in time here, but when a number was divided by 14, so there's a number we divided by 14, and the quotient was 8 more than 56. So minus 8, you get equal to 56. And the remainder, what? They're overdoing it in this. Let me rethink this question. A number was divided by 14. The quotient was 8 more than 56, and the remainder was 9. So there's a quotient with a remainder. So 8 more than 56. So there's some number that we divided by 14. We got 56 and 9/14. The remainder went over the divisor. Let me see if that's what they really say. No, 8 more than 56. So 56 plus 8 is, just now having a brain freeze, is that 64? So let me see if that's what they say now. Well, if you like what they're saying, when a number is divided by 14, the quotient was 8 more than 56, and the remainder was 9. That's smelling like it, Dale, yeah? That's smelling like it, Dale. So this divided by this is equal to this. So what we're going to do, fellas, to do this, we simply need to switch this into improper fraction. Simply need to switch this into improper fraction. Multiply the 64 by the 14 and add the 9. So 64 times the 14. 64, 4 4s are 16, put the 1 there, 4 6s are 24, 25, 6, 9, 8. 8, 9, 6. So we finishing off with a 8, 9, 6 plus 9. we're going to get a 5 going there and a 1. So 0 and a 1. So 905. Wow. 905. What an interesting question. What an intriguing question. So any number was divided by 14. The quotient was 8 more than 56 with a remainder of 9. So 56 plus 9. 56 plus 8 is 64 and 9/14. So this is the same as 905 divided by 14. So the answer is 905. What a question. What a question. A solid has 2 faces, 2 of which are triangular, 6 vertices, and 9 edges. I find that smelling like a triangular prism. What about earlier? Let's sensing that triangular prism vibe there. You smell that? Feeling triangular prismish. How much vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. How much edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 edges. How much faces? 1 face in the back there, 2 face underneath, 3, 4, 5. This is a triangular prism, ladies and gentlemen. Say no more. Say no more. Triangular prism. How many right angles are there altogether in the faces of the solids? Oh my gosh. How many right angles in the triangular prism? Faces. Well, the problem is this face is a triangle, this face is a triangle. So when we go on the hunt for right angles, we'll only be spotting them here, 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 here. And then if we look behind in the back, we'll see here, 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 and here, right? So how many right angles altogether? Somehow I am only get, oh, wait. I forgot a set of right angles. Let's cast our eyes down below. There's some here, 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 and there. So all in all, we have 4, 4, 4. We have 12 right angles because we have 3 rectangular faces. We expected to get them 12 right angles. So very nice, 29. It was a nice question. Have a good life. Let's go on to number 30. The product of 2 numbers is 12. One of them is 5. Multiplied by a certain number gives us 12. So this means to get the number, we need to do the reverse of this, which is division of 5 1/4 of 12. So we want to change this to a mixed number. Let's change this to, I'm proper fraction. 5 4s are 20. So this is 21 over 4. Then the next step is also to reciprocate. So this will be 5 multiplied by 4 over 21. So this is 4 by 12 is 48 over 21. I'm seeing some weird answers here, but what are the answers for the last one? What in the world? Where are you getting them answers from, boy? I am shook at. So sort out them answers. Sort out them. I'll bring it back to reality here, please. So 48 divided by 20. Are they frightening me? 48 divided by 21. 21 times 2 is 42. So I'm getting 2, and 48 minus 42 is 6. And 6 out of 21. That falls nicely into my plan because I'm seeing that 3 can go into 6 2 times, and 3 goes into. So this is 2 and 2 7s. 2 and 2 7s is the missing number. And I could 2 7s and a 7 7s, and I'm trying to lose my marks here. So 2 and 2 7s multiplied by 5 1/4. I will put a little note here. Like if I have time in the exam, I'll come back and multiply that and make sure that I get 12. So make a little note on that. Check that back, Mr. Kerwin, in the end. Ocean, because I want to verify my answer. That's one style of checking over my work, right? You check over your work by substituting the answer into the question and see if it can work out. But that's something that you do on the second pass, so that you have some time, right? Ocean decided to compete in that 5K. A 5K marathon is actually a weird thing to say because a marathon means a certain number of kilometers. So that's weird to say a 5K 5K marathon. I think that's not something you're allowed to say. That's like saying you run 100 meter, 400 meter. I think so. Well, you can research that, but we don't care about that. He ran 2,300 meters uninterrupted, but then stopped to get water at one of the rest stations. So he's running, and then there's anybody ever do a 5K or walkathon in the school? You know, you always had these water bottles and thing when you're running on the street, and you're running going there, and there are people here with water. Come take some water, there, buddy. You don't fall long and faint and thing. Take your water, thing, right? So yeah, that's him. If the next rest station is situated 7, what percentage of the marathon when he arrives there? Okay, so this one was 2300. The other one is 750 meters away. And then there's some more water bottles here waiting for you. Maybe they have these ones on the ground, bro. And they want to know what percentage would he have completed when he reaches here. So far he would have gotten to 2300 plus 750. I guess 051 305 and I put dollars. This would be meters. As a percentage, this would be 3050. 5K is 5,000 meters. Multiply by 100 over 1. And how much is that? Why are some people getting 60? Can't be 60. 60 would be if it was 3,000. Not so? So let's do some cross. 5 goes into 300 and 561 times. So the answer is 61%. Not quite 60. Don't play you wrong enough, no percentage here. Hey, get them the 61%. Use not a round of percentage, man here. So I was just trying to make the man shadow, boy. You're making things complicated, right? Yeah, there is shadow. You running to the marathon. Okay, that was 31. Lovely question, lovely. Thanks for playing our game. 3 items are shown below, blah, 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 blah. Calculate the total weight in kilograms. So the total weight is 0.3 in kilograms. So let's change everything to kilograms. 0.3, 2.1. This is 2.1 kg, not so. And this is 1.1 kg. So we just really want to add up everything here nicely. We are getting 3.5 kilograms, and lo and behold, we are also getting 1 mark for that. Thank the Lord. Draw the final position of the needle on the scale. So it started at 1 kg. So we place our 3 items here. I can't remember what it was. I think it was an apple, a pineapple, and I forget what the last one was. I was so wrong. It was an apple. What is it looking like? What in the world is this? Is that a mango? Is that a lemon? Unknown fruit. Is that a tomatoes? Unknown fruit. This could be anything. Is this a tomato? What do you think this is? This is pawpaw? Pawpaw? One of them circular kind of pawpaw? But does pawpaw grow on a branch stick thing looking like this? No, it kind of comes out of the tree on the side, and so who knows what this is? This is a coconut. This could never be a coconut. Never. This is an unknown fruit. Good thing they didn't ask you to name the fruit, because we would get 0. Anyway, so we put all the fruits together here. That's some cherries or some kind of thing including. People saying, is a coconut? That is a coconut. That can never be a coconut. And then we need to add 3.5. So let's add 3.5. Now we started off at 1, so we don't want to put the arrow there, because remember we already started off at 1. So we had to give him a little boost. We had to give him a 1 boost. So 3.5, 1 plus 3.5 is actually equal to 4.5 is where we are looking at. Somebody say a breadfruit. Well, why are they putting it glossy? I never see a breadfruit look glossy like this before. Don't know what that fruit is. May not eat it. Last year, it took 8 painters. This question is a little tricky because it works in reverse. Is this one of those reversal questions? I know this is, let's see what happening here. Let me see what happening here. This could be one of those. This question, if it's what I think it is, it actually comes in CSEC maths, and there's a method to do it for CSEC maths, and there's a method to do it for SEA maths. The method to do it for CSEC maths is something called variation and proportionality. So let me read the question and stop pondering on it. It took 8 painters 12 days. So 8 painters take 12 days to paint the university dormitory. The property manager decided to hire a smaller number of painters this year. How long will it take? 3 painters. So 3 painters will take something. Now, it's not going to take 12 divided by 8 multiplied by 3. It's supposed to take more days. I'm trying to figure out the way to explain it here. That's why I had to take off my what you call it? I had to take off my beanie to let my brain breathe to focus how to explain this one. It's a while since I explained this one for SCA student. Teachers, if you're looking on, this is a variation proportional question. So how we do it in CSEC maths, we have like y is equal to kx, y is proportional to x. And since this one is inversely proportional, we actually use y is equal to k over x, right? So in the end, the constant is the two variables by each other. So the best way I could explain this for SCA is that the number of painters multiplied by the days must always be the same. It's not necessarily the time taken for one painter. It's just a constant of how many painter hours you need. So the constant is going to be 12 times 8. 12 times 8 is how much? 96. Now this is not really painters or how much time one painter takes really. This is just a constant that it would need this amount of painter hours per se. Painter hours, that's what I'm working out here. Not painter divided by hours. Painter hours to paint this dormitory. So I need 96 painter hours. So if I have 3 painters and I need 96 painter hours, how many days will it take? It'll take 96 painter, not hours, 96 painter days. The unit wasn't hours. Sorry, my bad. It was days. Then 3 painters. Now, some of you all may have your method for this, and you may be wondering why I'm spending so long on this question, but it's actually a tricky idea to explain. Like, I don't want to give you the wrong impression of what is going on here. I can just tell you the method, but I don't want to give you the wrong impression. It's inverse proportionality. So 8 painters take 12 days. It's very easy for a student to end up dividing the 12 by the 8 if I just teach you it by rote. But if 8 painters take 12 days, you must expect that less painters will take more days. So 3 painters, to get those 96 painter hours divided by 96 painter days divided by 3, I will get 32. 32 days it will take 3 painters. Understand? So this is 96 painter days. This is the actual constant that I'm looking for when I'm faced with an inverse proportional question. Very interesting question. Now, this question can very easily come in CSEC math, which is 7 years later when you do an exam. You'll see the same question. You can see a question just like this appear, and they would want you to use the inverse formula. Enough on that. Let's go on. So, why is in the chat? If you got out this one, you understand what's happening here. Why mean yes? Just type a quick Y and press enter. Only one Y needed. Don't type 400 Ys before you get banned forever. Joe Mark wants to purchase the game console shown below. Is that a PS5? What kind of PS is this? I have one of this home. I think it's a PS5. and I don't even get the chance to use it. I bought it saying I would use it, and I'm not using it. His mother gave him 184000, and he decided to create a saving plan to make up the rest. If John wants to save for 8 weeks, so he needs 8 weeks to get the remainder. How much money must he save each week? Well, this is easy. We need to see how much the remainder is first. The remainder is, guys, what's the remainder? Oh yeah, 4200 minus 1840. So we'll have 60 when we took one out of this. Let's just do it like this. So we'll have $2,360. He needs $2,360 in 8 weeks. So per week, he would need to save 2,360 divided by 8. We need to share the amount of dollars over the 8 weeks. So 8 will go into the first one, 2 times remainder 7, 8 goes into 76. I don't know how much times. 9 times remainder 4, 8 goes into 45 times 295. Is it 295? Anybody else agrees with that? $295 a week. We can always just put a little asterisk next to this one. We'll come back and take this answer and multiply it by 8 and then add it to this to see if we were correct, right? So we'll come back and double check that at the ending. That's how we do our double checking. Jene, hey, fancy name, boy. Jene is facing southwest, so that's Jene. Jene is watching in this direction. You see Jene's eyes? It's watching southwest. All right, Jene, she turned in an anti-clockwise direction to face east. Okay, that looks like 135 degrees. What fraction of a whole turn did she make? Let's just check that again. Instant replay. Quarter. That's 3 quarters, Jene. 1, 2, 3. 3 quarters. Hold on. No. That's not a quarter. That's an 8. 1 8. 1 8. 1 8. This is the 8-point cardinal. 8 cardinal points here. We don't have just north, east, south, west. So let's not play ourselves here. This is actually 3/8. Jene, 3/8 of a whole turn. Is there anything else with this question, Jene, or is that it? I think that is it. So we just have the last question to do in part section 2. And it's your favorite time of the day. It's the time where we get to bring out the famous, the loved, the always straight, never bend, known by some as Ben, previously known by some as Ben, now known as C.C., which is short for cookies and cream. Cookies and cream have real fans out here, boy. Are they make a real cookies and cream ruler? A clear ruler, and put the student have brand on it and call it cookies and cream. Sure that much selling it like them sprig wrong bag them. Do you want an original cookies and cream ruler? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. When you go to school, it's a cookies and cream ruler. You get through, you know. When I'm in schools and assigning some of the books or something, I'm telling these students, if I sign your book, your marks are essay instantly going up there with that signature. When you're revising and you see that Kerwin Springer signature on your book there, you're like, yes, that extra 5 marks in essay one time. So imagine if you have cookies and cream in your bag. Your lines them coming out extra straight. for the extra straight street. That's all advertising. How you would, what you all would write in a cookies and cream commercial? How you, like if you had to sell cookies and cream, you what you advertise? All you are drawing this thing correctly. Every time I talk, when I drawing this thing, I end up drawing the wrong thing, So I want to make sure that I'm playing myself here. Designed by the 2024 student of SCA students, the original cookies and cream ruler. I think you're taking it too far. Let me see some of these comments. Somebody says sell it for $1,000, then nobody will buy the ruler. No street, about the street is of course. It's cookies and cream, your favorite ruler, here to do the job. All right, so where are we? Does this look good? I find like it looks a little weird. Okay, as I turn this way, I think I'm seeing it. I wonder if this looks like Appa from above. Kind of. It does look like or maybe it's the arrow on Ang's head. What is this? What does it look like? We always try to see what it looks like. Or maybe it's a kind of fancy sword blade, something. Whatever it is, we have done it. And you all know the technique where we kind of stay vertical to we stay at the right angles to the line of symmetry. When it's diagonal like this is where the most problems occur for students. So practice this. If today is your birthday, I think I saw some that flashed across the screen for someone. If today is your birthday, I want you to have a very happy birthday. Let me see if I can find that birthday person. Now, let's stop typing. Let me see if I can find the birthday person. Oh, wow. Okay, birthday person lost. Real comments this scan through. Who birthday it is, boy? Oh, you not realize Springzilla, as the name is used when I gaming and thing, which is almost once a year. Whose birthday it was? Somebody said me, is it you? Whoever birthday it is Nella. Is Nella? Her name is Nella. I'll say happy birthday to Nella. Say happy birthday to Nella. Happy birthday, Nella. All the best. All the best. All the best. All right, Nella. Well, we are about to jump into section 3. Nella, I should invite you on. Maybe next week. I could invite on a few people. Like I would be on the screen here and you would be on the screen there. Maybe I'll invite 1 or 2 people from the student hub. Maybe 1 or 2 of the students on the student hub. And we have a little talk after class, maybe. All you know, next week is our last class. Next week is the last time you're going to see cookies and cream in live for SCA. So let's jump at this last question here. Last section. Let's go. Sophia purchased 320 friendship bracelets at a cost of $450 each. Now, if I invite you on live, I wouldn't bring you to the student hub. The student hub is like you ever seen Neverland in Peter Pan or the Matrix. No one can be told where the student hub is. You have to see it for yourself. It's like Neverland. There's no address. I wouldn't invite you to the student hub, but we do it online. If you have an online setup you can just jump on and we'd have a little chat, right? Maybe I can invite like 10 students and we can play some games and things. Sophia purchased 320 friendship bracelets at a cost of $450 each. Oh, by the way, I saw some persons in the grocery. I shake some hand in the grocery. I remember some name like Christopher. If you're on right now, Christopher, say something. The people who I met during the week and everybody who's stopping me And saying blessings. 45, yes, I make groceries too. 45% were blue, 2/5 were pink, and the remainder were purple. So we have three main colors: blue, pink, purple. Happy birthday to everybody who having a birthday today. 320, right? So this is an unequal sharing with money, percentage, and fractions. They're real overdoing it. 45% were blue, 2/5 were pink, and the remainder was purple. Right. She decided to donate. No, it's not an equal sharing, it's just fractions. Mostly just fractions. She decided to donate the purple friendship bracelets and sell the pink and blue bracelets for $9 each. Calculate her profit or loss as a percentage of the cost price of all the bracelets purchased initially. Wow, there's a lot going on in this question. So let's get the cost price, right? So the cost price is 450 times 320. So 450 times 320. However way you want to work this one out, it's going to be 0.51135 and 90. Where does this 90 go? 0. Hold on. I can't see my way right now. 3031513. Yeah, and does this go here? Does this go right there? Is this right there that it goes? And there's a 0 here as well. So 0, 0, 0. Bring out that 0. Bang. The point has to come back 2, 4, 1, 4, 1. All right. Whew. How much shall I get for the cost price? 1440. Why is this question so miserable? 1440 for the cost price, right there, right? It's kind of scrappy, but I promise it's there. So 1440, $1,440. That's how much it cost initially. 45% were blue, 2/5 were pink, and the remainder were purple. The purple getting giveaway, so I don't even need to study about the purple. I just need to worry about the blue and the pink. We're going to sell those for $9 each. So I want to add the 45% and the 2/5. So this is 45% plus 2/5, which is 40 out of 100. So this is really 85 out of 100 is how much I'm going to sell. So I'm going to sell 85 out of 100 of the bracelets, 85% of the bracelets, for $9. So the selling price now, let's get this selling price, is going to be equal to the 85% of the bracelets that I'm selling. All of them are going to cost $9. It's 85% of the 320 bracelets, and all of them are going to cost $9. Okay. Let's see where I'm going to go with this one now. See if I can see my way in this question. So cross. 5 will go into this. That's a little thick. 5 goes into this 19 times, 17 times, 17 times. This should be a 3. 17 times. And 5 will go into this 2 times. 2 goes into this 16 times. So hopefully it's 17 times 16. 16 times 16, 256 plus 16. I mean, you could just work it out. 6 7 is 42, 4, 6 1 is 6, 10, 272. Sounds correct. Do 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 do. Da 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 do 72, 6. Yes. This sounds good. 272. Oh, geez, I need to multiply by 9. So I can multiply by 10 and then minus 272. Or I can just multiply by 9 all the way. Why is this question so long? Who decided to make this question, boy? 9 2s are 18 and 6 is that where I'm at? 24 2448 2448. All right, so 2448, everything sold for, and everything cost 1440. So the profit, by the way, you made a profit, sis. The profit that Sophia is going to make, because they asked about the profit, they didn't ask how much she make or blah blah blah. No, profit. They want to know about the profit. So hi Jemiah, congratulations, you're welcome. 2448 minus 1440 gives us a beautiful, hold up. Oh geez, boy, this question should be out of 6 marks. Calculate the profit or loss as a percentage. So you mean I need to come back and find a percentage again? Oh jeez. So this is 100. This is one. You ever meet a question that just keep going like this question don't want to stop, boy. Oh my gosh. So the profit percentage profit. So we call this, you put the profit now over the cost price and you multiply by 100 over 1, which could be a little problematic again. So let's take our time with this. I know four breaking down things here. For sure. 8 and all probably working. All right, 4 will work. 4 work. Let me start off with 4, right? 4 goes into this 2, 5, 2 times. And 4 will go into this 6, 1, 2 times. What next? Let's do another 2. So 2 goes into this 1, 2, 6. 2 will go into this 3, 0, 0, 6. Could I really do the 8? You're telling me? So you're telling me could I really do the 8 here? Yes, because you're getting 1, 2, 6. Could I really do the 8 here? Let me break it down by 4 one time now. 4 goes into this 6, 3, 63 times, and 4 goes into this. I'm not too sure now. 1, 5, 3. 1, 5, 3. These numbers, I don't know about you all, but these numbers smelling like it have a 7 in it somewhere. Do you think there's a 7 in this? Anybody? Because I see that 7 here, so I'm hoping that 7 will show up there as well now. 70, 140. Hoping. We're hoping that a 7 shows up here. I'm hoping I'm doing it properly. Let's see. 3s. Well, I don't want to divide by 3. I could have had a mistake here. So let me try this again. 4 into this 1, 2. Is this a 7 or 3? What did I do? I went 4 into this 1. Remainder 2, 4 into this 5. Remainder 1. Yes. Okay. 1, 5, 3. So let's see. Does 7 go into this? Seven. No, 7 doesn't go into it. 63. 7 goes into this how many times? 9 times? Let's try 9. Let's try 9. Does 9 go into this? 9 goes into this. 1, remainder 6, 17. 9 goes into this 7 times. This is a yucky question, boy. Why am I getting a decimal? Did I make a mistake? Why am I getting 700 divided by 17? Everybody's saying to use 3, which means that I made a mistake somewhere. Maybe. What is the hold up? All right, let me try again. Let me try again. Maybe I'm losing my touch. 1008244448. I'm so accustomed to SEA questions working out nicely that I'm not convinced when I see weird decimals. So a red flag always pops up. So this is what I have. And I used 8. So I got 126, right? Was that what I had before? Eight, 1, 2, 6. 8 into this is, yeah, let's try this. And then I'll go back and check and see what was my mistake all around. 3, 0, 6. Now I would try my 3. Yeah, so I have 126 and 306. Now I will try my 3 into this is 42 and 3 into this. This is turning out totally different than the last one. Everything is working pretty nicely with this one now. 2 into this is 21 and 2 into this is 51. I can still try. 3 into this is 7. 3 into this is 1, 7. Is this the same 7, 17? Says I'm still getting 700 divided by 17. Still getting 700 divided by 17. Is this supposed to work out like this? I don't even have my solution for that. Is there instruction to put this to the nearest anything in this question? Because it's not working out exact. So as a percentage, I'm getting 700 over 17. So as a percentage of the, not the cost, as a percentage of the cost price is, oh no! This is where I waste all the time in this question, and I thought that I finished the paper the fastest. All right, tell you, that was my mistake right there. Was anybody telling me my mistake? I was putting the selling price, but I said the cost price, and for some reason I write the selling price. The stresses of life. So the cost price is 14440 multiplied by 100. So how much time we waste on that question, boy? Or I waste on that question? So this, the reason why I know this is a red flag is because this is such an awkward prime number to go into this. I just know that that couldn't be the answer. So I went back up and realized that I wrote the wrong thing. This is actually the selling price. The cost price is, profit is always over the cost price. So I'm pretty sure this one will work out properly now. Let's see. Let's see how many times 4 can go into this. 2, 5, 2, 4 will go into this one. 3, 6, 36. And so let's see if we can just try the 8. Let's see if we can try the 8. 8 into this is 2. I'm so tired now. All my energy is drained. 2, 2, 6. 8 into this is 1, 8. And then maybe I can just use 9. 9 into this is 2. I'm pretty sure 9 should work. 9 into this is 2 9s are 18. 4. 9 doesn't work. I have to try 2. Oh, I'm so tired. All right, let's try again. Cross. I'm going to go slow. What am I going to try? I'm going to try 2 into this is 504. 2 into this is 72. I don't want to get rid of that 10. I feel like this should just work neatly into this, 0, 0, 72. 72 should just go straight into 504. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, so I have to go slow. 36, and this would be 252, right? So it was 36 and 252. I reached here before. 4 into this is 9. So I got the 9. 4 goes into this 63. 9 goes into the 7. So I don't know why I didn't get this, so it got to be 7 clean last time. 7 by 10 is 70%. So 70% is the answer. I am so sorry that I take so long on this question. I don't know. I made the detrimental mistake of putting the selling price here. And I can use this as a teaching moment for everybody who's watching. We have about 600 people here. So in SCA, if this happens, well, my time was really good. My time was really good. So like when I reach here, I have lots of time to spare to try and fight up with the question and figure out what is the mistake that I'm making. But if you found that you couldn't get the answer, you're only getting this really weird number like 700 over 17, put an asterisk on this one and move on to the next question and then come back to this question. And I hope you saw how I found my error as well. So I try to do all these lives without ever watching these solutions. I have my teachers make up most of the questions under my guidance, but they make up most of the questions. We tweak the questions afterwards so that when I do the class, I am doing the questions brand new. So you can see like how I'm thinking, how if I encounter any difficulties, what style that I use. So I hope that style helps and you don't get too afraid that I took so long on this one, right? So yeah, so what happened, I put the wrong thing with it. Should every time you record profit, it should always be over the OG value. OG stands for original. It should always be over the cost price or the initial value, whatever it was. I went and put the final value, so that wasn't given a nice answer. So it should have been over the 1440. And when I put it over that, everything worked out really nice. So there's some breaking down to do there. So our next thing with questions like this, so as you can some time to talk. Our next thing with questions like this is that it can really frustrate you and throw you off. Especially if you're feeling very excited for the exam and you're on edge, and then you get a question where you're unable to find what is the divisor, what is the factor. So sometimes you need to take a breath and check back. Maybe it's something that you're not seeing. Maybe you need to check a different route. Like when I was doing this division, for some reason, I know that 9 was supposed to break down here, and then we're supposed to get some kind of 7. Like I could see the numbers coming. But because I was already so tired from doing the question wrong the first time, I took a breath and just went with some simple divisions, 2, 2, 2, and I was able to get it down to the 7. And that feels so good. This 70% feels like the right answer. So I hope you learned some stuff from that number 37. Let's go into 38. 20 identical bottles of champagne were bought for the party. I'm seeing some people. Some people saying you sometimes you need to reread the question. Yes, reread the question. In this case, my problem wasn't the question. My problem was not working. I've seen somebody giving trouble in the comments. All right, we have some admins in the comments. They will block them. So we just have a couple more to go, 3 more to go actually. How many liters of champagne were bought for the party? So this is a bottle of champagne. The champagne was poured into the glass shown below for each guest. 20 identical bottles of champagne are bought. I guess the bottle of champagne, we're assuming that this is how much the capacity they hold, right? And this is for one glass. How many liters of champagne are bought? 28? No, 20. So you have 1 3/4, 1.75. That's 3/4. 3/4 can be expressed as 7.75. 1 3/4, and we multiply this by 20. So if we multiply 2 by 1.75, how much we'll get? Well, 75 times 2 is 150, and 2 times this is 1. So you expect to get 3.50, and then there's the 0 here. But I'm not going to put the point. This would have come back 2 places, and I'll have the extra 0 there. So this will actually go like this, and I'll get 35 liters of champagne. So I hope you're good with that. All right, we're back on our roll here. 48 guests each had 2 glasses of champagne. How many milliliters of champagne remained? 48 guests, 2 glasses would be equal to 320 times 2, which is 640 milliliters. So that's how much 2 glasses will be. 40 guests has 2 glasses of champagne. How many milliliters? So we have 48 guests. 48 guests. So this will be 640 times 48. We want to find out how many milliliters of champagne. So this is in milliliters. This is in liters. So by the way, if we need to change this to liters, milliliters for the next part of the question, start to think about what we're going to do. Start to think about what we're going to do there. Get ready. So we have 2 glasses, each person. So each person drank 640 milliliters. There are 48 of them, 48 guests. I real champagne them drinking, but anyhow, so 48, 400, 44, 16, 4, 6 is 24, 2, 5, 6, 8, 0, 8, 4 is 32, and 3, 8, 6 is 48, and 3, 51. So I'm going through the arithmetic a little fast. 0, 2, 7, 0, 1, 3. This is how many? This is how many milliliters. That's a lot of milliliters. This is how many milliliters of champagne we expect for the guests to drink. So remaining, remember we have 32 liters, but 32 liters is 32 and you multiply by 1,000 to get milliliters. So remaining is 32 minus the 30720. Make sure I put the right thing this time, and then we subtract. And what do we expect to see? This is like 1,000. Take away 720, which is 280. And then 128. Is it 32? Sorry, it's not 32. You see, I put in the wrong things, boy. It's 35. So then it's 4. 4, 2. This will cross, give me 4. So 4280. Yeah, let me just double check that because I thought it was 32 liters remaining. It's actually 35 liters. So how many liters of champagne are bought for the party? We got 35 liters. How we got that? We multiplied this, yes. Then 2 glasses, each 640 milliliters each. 48 guests, we multiply the 640 by the 48. We get this really wild number, but it feels correct because it's really close to the 35, which seems like where they want us to go. So this is 30,720 milliliters. That's how much they drank. When I subtract this from the 35,000, I get that amount. How many full glasses of champagne can be obtained from the remaining? And a full glass has 3 3/4 liters. Is that correct? Full glass has, I'm guessing, 1 3/4 liters. A full glass has 1 3/4 liters. So remaining, we have 4280. How many full glasses? This is milliliters, right? Yes. So we have 4280. Did I make a mistake? 4280, 4280. I think it's good. 640. This is good. Subtract 4280. What's up? So everything is good? Right, so how many full glasses? So a full glass has, I think this is good. This is good. A full glass has, a full glass has 320. So you want a full glass, not a full bottle. So a full glass has 320 milliliters. Right, so you have 320 to go into that. 320 milliliters. Is that the problem? Full glass has 320, yes. Yes. So everybody's saying that it's going to work out to be 13. A full glass has 320, so we have 4280 divided by 320. How much is that going to be equal to? Everything feels good, but I still have the heebie-jeebies right now. So let's see if this works out to make a nice number. I think it would. 4 goes into this. 8 times 4 goes into this. 1, 0, 7. 8 12s and 96. 8 by 13 is how much? 13 times 8. 104. 104. And we have 107. So we're gonna get 8, but we'll have some remaining, but we can't do anything with that. So 8 glasses, it's 8 remainder, what? 8 and 3/4, 8 and 3/8, 8 and 3/8. But we can't do anything with the 3/8. We'll just get 8 full glasses. We'll get 13 and 3/8. 13 and 3/8. Why am I reading the wrong thing? 13 and 3/8, and I'm writing the wrong thing. 13 and 3/8. So 13 times 8. 8 went into 107. 13 times remainder 3, remainder 3. So 13 and 3/8. But once again, we can't do anything with the 3/8 because we want full glasses. So 13 glasses. So yes, what a question. Let's see. Ting, 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 ting. I think everything is correct here. I still feel a little sketch about some of my calculations because I worked it out fast, but that can always double check. The school's auditorium is to be tiled using the tile A shown below. How many tile A are needed to fully cover the auditorium? Interessante. So my advice for this now, I'm pretty sure I won't see a question like this show up based on the current curriculum. But just in case, let's change this to centimeters and change this to centimeters. Then we'll be able to work out this is 64 centimeters squared. That's the area. And the area for this would be 800 centimeters. It's better to change meters to centimeters before working further into area. So so we change this to centimeters. It's not drawn to scale. And when I multiply my area by my 800 times 380, or let's do the other way around to just save you working. 380 times 800. How much do I get? Class, how much do you get when you do this? Pay attention, guys. Don't let the 1 or 2 persons in the chat who are talking, I'll distract you. 0.0808463. How much times I multiply 8 by 3 for today, boy? It's feeling like I've been doing this whole day. So I'm getting 304,000 cm squared. And how many times 64 goes into this? It's probably going to be a lot. Or maybe not that much. How many times does 64 go into 304,000? Definitely you'll want to divide by 4s over and over maybe. So let's divide this by 4. If we divide this by 4, we'll get 16. If we divide this guy by 4, we'll get 76,000. If we divide this by 4, we get 4. If we divide this guy by 4, we get 1, 4. Let's just make sure. 1, not 4. 9, 1, 9. 19000. If we divide this by 4 again, 19000 divided by 4 again, we will get 4, 7, 5, 4750 of tile A, which is this our last question? That question felt like it had a lot of unnecessarily long stuff to work out. I think my arithmetic starting to settle itself again now, so I think I'm back on the roll. Feeling confident. If each tile costs $7, how much will it cost to tile the auditorium? So 4750 times 7, that's just a simple multiplication, right? So we should multiply this to get $3,250 when you multiply that by 7. And yeah, I think we cooking it around poor gas there. Now the problem with this question, it made use of the area formula, which, as you know, they're not really bringing the area formula like this right now with this SEA curriculum. But this is something that I still teach students at the Student Hub. You should still know how to use your area, length by width, and that kind of thing, right? And you should still know before you do your divisions when you have different units, change the linear scale first. So meaning change the lengths first. So the meters should change to centimeters first, everybody. So don't multiply this and then try to change the meters squared to centimeters squared. You may make a mistake. You may not realize that you're squaring the scale. So it will actually have to work with, instead of 100 as the factor, 100 by 100, 10,000 as the factor. So it's better to just change this. Even in secondary school, it's better to change these to centimeters before you begin working. That's the main trick with this question. You get some big numbers, but they worked out pretty well. All right, final question. Last question, guys. The mean age of Edward, Sane. How do you pronounce this name? Sane, Nathaniel, and Shael is 18 years. The mean age of Sane and Nathaniel is 16 years. If Shael is 3 times as old as Edward, find Shael's age. So we have 3 main pieces of information in this question. I like questions like these. They seem challenging. I get questions like these in my inbox all the time. So we have this piece of information, and we have this piece of information, and then we have this piece of information here. So let's take it step by step. So I have Eddie, Edward, Sane, Nathaniel, and Shai and Shael. So all right, so when we add up all these ages, we get the comments, we get a number, and when we divide the number by 4, it's 18. That's what they mean. The mean of Sane and Nathaniel is 16 years. So when I add up Sane and Nathaniel's age, when I add up their ages and I divide by 2, I get 16 actually. If Shael is 3 times as old as Edward, okay. I feel I know what I need to do. I'm seeing they connected Sane and Nathaniel. You see, this information was for Sane and Nathaniel, and this was for Shael and Edward. So it means I can isolate these 2 and work them out. Or isolate just means get them by themselves. Anybody seeing that? So how am I going to get them by themselves? Well, anytime you get mean, you also get total. Usually when you get mean, you have to, the total is 1 step away. Let me show you what I mean. So all their ages added together, total age is everybody's age, right? The total age is 18 times 4. You all agree? So 18 times 4 is 32, 372. So I have found the sum of all their age. And Sane plus Nathaniel is going to be 16 times 2, which is just 32. So I found the sum of, let's see, we have ED, we have SN, we have NA, and we have SH for short, right? That's all of them there for short. The sum of these two is 32, but all together, you see, I say 32, but write 22. All together, their sum is 72. So I can now find the sum of Eddie and Edward and Shael. How do I get the sum of their age? Well, it will be the remainder. So Edward plus Shael is going to be 72 minus 32, which is 40. If you understand everything so far, type I understand. Second to last paper, I started off really easy, but the last 3 questions were very intriguing. Last 4 questions. So Edward Shael, so did I subtract correctly? Edward and Shael is going to be 40 years. Great. So what am I going to do next? There was an unequal sharing piece of information here. They said that Shael is 3 times whatever Edward is. 3 times as old as. So therefore it means these 4 parts is equal to the 40 years. 1 part is 40 over, that's unequal sharing, over 4, it's 10 years. So Shael is 3 parts, or in other words, she's 3/4 of 40. And some of you all work with the fractions, I did that earlier. So Shael, and I think that was what all we needed to do. Shael is 3/4 of 40, which is 30 years old. Wow. And I could probably work back out and get a lot of different ages. Here, I could get Edward's age. I may not be able to get Sunny and Nathaniel's age though, but I can get I know their average. So I think that's it. Shael is 30 years. Beautiful question to end off there. So what a paper. I hope you all understood everything. I hope you all have what my hat has written on it here for getting better at maths. Sometimes you would encounter questions that you make a mistake on, that frustrate you, that you may even, how many of you all cried doing a paper before? Maybe you're doing a paper and you're like, and tears was running down your face. Sometimes you may encounter questions like that and you just have to keep going to get better. Every time you encounter a hurdle and you get over it, next time you meet that hurdle, it's going to be easier to step over. You'll be doing stuff better and better. What I want to say, boy. Yes, so all the books, all the SCA handbooks that we had up for sale are sold out. However, they are still in the bookstores. So if you want to get it from the bookstores, you can. If you need to get the SCA handbook, the bookstores are supposed to keep their prices at $50. So they should be selling it to you for $50. And even though the demand is high now, you can still probably get it for $50. And most bookstores, just call the bookstore first and make sure they have it. This week I'm carded to visit quite a few schools. So if your teacher wants me to visit your school, they will have to WhatsApp the number. We also have something very important. Listen to this, guys. This is the number to WhatsApp for the student hub, 472-4221. This Saturday, I'm doing a topical revision with all the students in the student hub. We'll be doing it for maths and ELA. How many of you all have something set for this Saturday already? If you do, you can just go ahead and work with that. So this Saturday, we have topical revision set at the student hub. It's actually going to start at 8 a.m. and it's going to finish maybe 5 p.m. Of course, there'll be breaks in between, like there'll be a lunch break. There'll be some breaks in between, like 10 o'clock and so on. So the first half of this is going to be maths. The maths will be done by me, Miss Celine, Miss Samantha from the student hub. So I'll be doing most of the maths. Look out for that. So we have this topical revision going to be done now. This one isn't free. Everything that I did on Sunday here is free. This one is for the students at the Student Hub. But if you want to jump in, that's 300 TT, right? So that's the number to WhatsApp. If you want to find out anything about the Student Hub lessons, any information, if you're a teacher, if you're a principal, you want information on graduation speeches, visiting schools, this is the number to WhatsApp. My time is although I make myself very accessible, my time is very tight. It's scheduled. Everything is scheduled. So you'll have to WhatsApp this number and get in there. So with that, shout out time to begin. So shout out to Dinsley, Judah. You're always, hey, I remember Judah, boy. Judah, big up yourself. Big up Scarborough. Big up St. Mary's Anglican. Big up the Vedic School, Isaiah Joseph. Who else, boy? Who else? Tony. Who's saying me? Malachi, Xavier. Shout out to the whole Ramnat family. Shoguna's Government Primary, Mrs. Diva, and all the lovely people there. Juningham Government Primary. Shout out to you guys. Somebody saying wants me to shout them out. Please. And I miss your name. Aria, big up yourself. Eden, Ashan, Keely, Nathan, Damani from San Fernando Boys RC. I know I did. I went and I spoke in San Fernando as well. Trisan. Hello, Trisan. Hope all is well. Tunapuna Girls RC. I don't know if there's any parents or teachers watching. There's some weird things that happen in a couple of schools. We donate it to actually more schools than I put on the list here. And sometimes when I donate to these schools, the principal or administration keeps the books and not distributing it to the students. And that kind of breaks my heart because why is the principal keeping Why is the principal keeping the books? The books are for the students, right? And exams is right around the corner. So if I donate the books to the school, I donate it to the students. The students keep the books, the students study from the book. And it's not to say the principal holding the book, the principal keeping the book like permanently. That I find that's really weird. So if that's happening, just message the Student Hub and we'll see how we can fix that. We'll speak with the principal. So I know that happened in a couple of schools. We got some information on that. I'm asking that the books go to the students if we donate to the class. Because anyhow you take it, these books are set for the current curriculum. So it does make sense hanging on to it. There'll be a new book in probably like 3 months because it's what they need to know for maths is switching a little. Well, they're adding back some stuff. Hi Maya, Kingdom Institute of Excellence. I think I want to go and visit some students today, actually. I hope I have the energy for that. If you're watching here, students, I should be coming your way soon. My admin just reminded me. Saisha, Rihanna, Videsh, Sahai, Asia, Rishi, Rian, Maracas SDA. I know we sent something your way. I hope you got it. Delhi Road Hindu School. I don't know you. You have to shout out to all the Tobago people, Rosary Boys. I still have so many of you all in the chat here. We still have 355 people. Shout out to all the people who have been here time and time from the first session, or you went back and watched the recording of all these sessions and you sat down and do the work. I hope you have a great show for it in SCA. Shout out to the Tobago people. Yes, Kenis, Scarborough as well. Shout out to them. Rio Claro. My name is Rise. Hello, Rise. Tobago people, Shillan. So Clark Road. Ashley B's. I spoke to Miss Ashley B. I know Miss Ashley. Shout out to Miss Ashley and her whole school. Shoguna's governments. Marlene John, that would be her son who is watching. Israel, Ariel, Uriel, Modest, Aaron, Sophia, I'm doing a lot of shout outs today, boy. Alvin, Takarigua Presbyterian, Isaiah Joseph, Christopher R. June, Angelo Ramsarup. I don't know this primary school, but whoever. I don't think such a primary school exists. Soraya. I won't make it to Tobago before SEA starts, most likely. But I know I will be in Tobago for an event. Some schools have some graduations that I have to speak at. I'm always excited to come to these schools and actually see some of the names that I remember from the live. Tristan, Nelson Street, Isaiah. How much time I was saying Tristan, right? Tristan, I feel like shouting you out plenty times, and I feel every week I shouting you out. Malachi, Rise Malaysia, St. Bridget's, Sawa, Presbyterian, Samara, Sacred Heart Girls, RC, real schools from all over the place. All right, Ali, just a few more shout outs. We're down to half the number of people. Snowy. Hi, Alan, Jonathan, Kira Perez, and Jerome, Tamia, Jaden, Mia, Maya. Until we meet again, people. One more week to go. Enjoy. Clark Road Government.